Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to talk about box fights and why I think they are the fastest way to help you become a better player in Fortnite. If you find this video helpful or informative, please do remember to give it a like rating and subscribe if you would like to see more. If you guys are unaware with box fights, some of you have probably seen pros play this on stream for wagers, but it's basically a 2v2, 3v3, 4v4 mode where you and an opposing team are locked in a somewhat small place. You can only build 2 high, I believe. And it's not a very large play area, and basically this forces the fights, pretty much every fight, to be a box fight where a player's boxed up and you're trying to take their wall, or you're boxed up and they're trying to take your wall and you edit on them. That's basically how it works. It's a lot of simulated box fights, and the reason why this is important is because a lot of the fights that matter most in Fortnite are going to be box fights. A lot of in-game fights are box fights, a lot of mid-game fights, pretty much even early game fights. You get someone weak, they box up, and then you have to respond to that, or someone gets you weak, you box up, and then they have to respond to that. Pretty much every fight in Fortnite becomes a box fight at some point, because at this point, most players can build decently well, and most people are smart enough to understand that when they get shot, they should box up. So almost every fight becomes some form of box fight. So practicing this is going to get you a lot better at these situations. And since most fights in Fortnite become some form of box fight, this is going to make you a lot better at the game. Especially if you're someone who plays really aggressive. Like for me in public matches, I play really, really aggressive. So I'm often taking people's walls, replacing them, editing on them, and pumping them or shotgunning them, doing something along those lines. But I'm not really that used to playing on the defensive because I play so aggressive in public matches and don't really think about playing that defensive. So, but in this game mode, if you're playing against other good players, they force you to play defensive, and you actually get some good practice on the defensive, which, like I said, personally, is something that I needed help with because I play so aggressive in public matches. I don't really get much experience playing on the defensive side of things. This is basically going to help you improve your pump aim, your shotgun aim in general, your hip fire with assault rifles. I feel like my hip fire has gotten so much better since I started playing these box fights. Also, your editing, your wall replacing, things like that is something you're going to be practicing constantly on this. And if you play with the same team regularly, I feel like you're actually going to improve your synergy as a team as well. Like, I typically play with the people who I play arena squads with, or who I play FNCS squads with. So we get more experience and more, like, build our synergy better in those, like, chaotic box fight situations. Like, if you play with the same people over and over again, you learn to expect what they're going to do, and you know how to play off of them automatically. So building that synergy is actually very helpful in the long run as well. So I recommend playing these box fights if you're someone who wants to get better at the game just in general, but especially if you are trying to pursue competitive this season with squads, I would recommend playing some box fights with your squad as well. Not only does it help your individual mechanics, but it can also help build team synergy, which can be very, very helpful. So the things you want to practice most on here is obviously your aim. You're going to get better shotgun aim by doing this, but you're also going to get a lot of practice editing on people. And the reason why that's important is because one of the keys to editing is having a not predictable edit. You want to be unpredictable with your edits, and if you get a lot of practice, your predictable edits are really going to be exposed if you're playing against the same people. Like, you can get a lot of matches in really, really quickly. So if you play against the same people for several rounds, if your edits are predictable, they're going to learn and they're going to counter them. But if your edits are unpredictable and you stay making unpredictable edits, you're going to be able to succeed well in this mode. Like, naturally, the way the mode works, you would know whether or not your edits are predictable. And if they are predictable, you'll be exposed for it, and then you'll have to improve. Also, you're like, if you edit on someone's shotgun and then reset, situations like that, you don't necessarily get to practice as much in game because sometimes players might be weak. But in this box fight mode, you're getting fights over and over and over again. So you're going to be able to practice those situations. Once again, like I said, playing on the defensive, you're going to be able to practice that. Overall, you're just going to become a much better player in these box fight situations if you play this box fight mode. So I would recommend playing it. I'm going to have a code for a map in the description below. If you did enjoy this video, like I said before, please remember to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more. Comment down below what you think of this mode and if it has helped you in the past, if you're someone who already plays it, or if you're going to start playing it now. And I'll see you guys another time. Thanks for watching.